My name is Ebaide. I'm a Nigerian motorcyclist who is about to ride from Mombasa, Kenya to Lagos, Nigeria. When I was 23, I was in a car accident that put me in a wheelchair for several months, and I had to undergo surgery to fix my spinal cord. That second chance at life gave me the inspiration to live life to the fullest.
At Tuko Radar, we bring you the story that mainstream media often overlook. Story of struggle, courage and truth from the heart of Africa. Today, we spotlight a Nigerian woman who defied all odds in pursuit of greatness, only to be rejected and erased by an international institution. This is not just about a world record, it's about what happened when a powerful system turned its back on African voice. This is the story of Ebaide, a brave and determined Nigerian biker has broke her silence after what she described as painful betrayal by the Guinness World Record. After completing a daring solo motorbike journey covering over 24,000 kilometers across several countries, she says her attempt to be recognized as the first African woman to achieve this feat was met with silence, rejection, and eventually completed erasure. For months, Ebaide meticulously planned her journey from Nigeria through Central and East Africa and into Europe. She faced torrential rain, rough terrain, mechanical breakdowns, and the constant threat of insecurity. Still, she pushed through, motivated not just by goal of making history, but by her deep desire to inspire young African girls to dream big and ride free. I documented everything, every stop, every border crossing, every hardship. I followed their guidelines to the letter. I was confident Guinness would recognize my journey, but what I received instead was silence. After submitting her evidence, including GPS data, time-stamped videos, eyewitness reports and media features, she waited weeks turned into months. Then came the shock. Another bike from outside Africa completed a similar journey and was quickly awarded the Guinness World Record title, even though Ebaide had done it first. That when I knew, she said, it wasn't about the evidence, it was about where I came from, about who I am. Ebaide heartbreak quickly turned into rallying cry. A supporter launched the hashtag Justice for Ebaide across social platforms, demanding that Guinness World Record explain their silence and apparent bias. Many Nigerians and Africans viewed the situation as another example of global institution and downplaying or dismissing African achievements. She said, symbol of resilience. One supporter tweeted, "Why is it so hard for the world to celebrate a black African woman doing something historic?" Guinness World Record issued a short statement saying they applying the same standard to all applicants and that not attempt met their criteria. However, they did not address Ebaide specific submission or explain why her efforts were overlooked. For Ebaide, the experience has been emotionally exhausting, but she refused to let it define her. "They can ignore me in their record books," she said, "but they can't erase the impact I've made. Little girl across Africa saw me ride. That's the real victory."
I'm making this video with a heavy heart. I'm a Nigerian motorcyclist who has traveled on a motorcycle to 20 countries. I applied for a Guinness World Record for the longest solo motorcycle journey in Africa by a woman. Normally it takes about 12 to 20 weeks to get a response, but because I didn't want to wait so long, To confirm if my dreams are valid, I decided to go for the priority application, which is $1,000. 3 days later, they rejected my application. They gave 2 reasons for the rejection. 1, they said the record doesn't exist, that they don't recognize it as a Guinness World Record title. 2, they said my journey wasn't personal and I have to apply through the business consultation service. Then I replied to them. I showed them 3 people who are already holding this record they say doesn't exist. The only difference now is that I am African. I also proved beyond doubt that I am doing this 100% solo and self-funded. When they replied again, I was so hopeful. But I was met with another rejection, no explanation, just a push to pay the £10,000 for a business consultation service. If I was rejected because I don't qualify, that would make sense and I would accept it gracefully. But I was rejected because I couldn't afford to pay £10,000, which is over 20 million naira, for a service that my journey doesn't even qualify for. In their own website, they stated that the only people who qualify for business consultation are government agencies and charity. But my journey doesn't fall under any of those categories and I proved it. Then I requested a refund as there was no valid reason why I was being rejected. The next morning when I logged into my account, it was totally erased. Like I never even applied. Like it never existed. Like I don't exist. For a moment, it broke me. I felt unworthy, undeserving, like my story doesn't matter. But my story does, because I have survived and done the impossible. I lost my legs, lived on a wheelchair, did surgery, and now I ride with screws and rods holding my spinal cord together. And still, as a new rider, I picked up a bike and I've done 20 African countries alone on a 250cc motorcycle. I inspire myself every day. I am amazed at how far I've come. No one in the world has my story. So if they won't write my legacy, I'll write it myself. I will still do season 3. A ride from South Africa to Kenya to complete the longest solo motorcycle journey in Africa by a woman. Except this time, I'll be doing it for a purpose. I'll be riding to raise funds for African female orphans like me. I've also created a new movement, a legacy platform for Africans by Africans. And I'll announce it on my birthday in 2 days. Thank you.
At Tuko Radar, we believe in telling the story that matters and in standing with those who rise even when the world turns its back. Ebaide's journey is more than just a physical feat, it's a spiritual and cultural triumph. Whether or no Guinness World Record recognizes her, Africa already has. If this story moves you, share it. Let the world know that Africa's story deserves to be heard, honored and remembered. This is Tuko Radar, where the truth rides louder than silence. My name is Alpha. Till next time, one love. Peace.